and welcome to Techno Feeds Live. I am extremely excited to say that I am in Francistown, in deep, deep Bonsmara country. There is a very unique and special auction that happens every year in Botswana. This year it's happening on the 10th of October in Letlhakane, and that is the Alpha Bonsmara Group auction. And today I am with, is Carl, is that correct?
Yeah, close enough.
You have to forgive my Afrikaans pronunciation is not great.
That's good enough.
Please welcome to Techno Feeds Live, and please tell us a little bit about this auction, which, as I said, it really is a very special and unique auction, and give us a little bit of a background on Bonsmara cattle.
Thank you, Felicity, and thank you for visiting us. If we can start off with the Bonsmaras maybe first.
Yeah.
The cattle is very special to us. I think I must repeat what the farmer once said, if I heard him say it. He said you mustn't choose the animal or the breed that you like most. You must choose the animal who likes your farm the best. And I think that is what summarizes what Bonsmara is in our eyes.
That's actually very profound advice.
Yes, and we see it that the Bonsmara is adaptable in our, should I say, harsh environment, especially in the Mopani veld area, which is not the best of cattle grazing veld. It's a tough area to be in. But the Bonsmara is, we believe, one of the better features for it is actually the adaptability of the animal in a semi-arid or a southern African environment.
Okay.
It's where they're actually doing very well.
All right. And how did the Bonsmara breed start?
We are actually, as a society, very proud of the fact that that's the only breed in the world that's been developed scientifically.
Okay.
What Professor Jan Bonsmara did, actually from the beginning they had performance testing, and that stands still today.
Okay. All right.
As performance testing is very profound in the breed, in the whole Bonsmara breed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And how long have you been farming with Bonsmara cattle?
Me personally here is only farming from 2014. I unfortunately felt in an area that we lost our cattle with the last foot and mouth. So my previous herd was dispatched over the border, what was left.
Yeah.
And then we started off.
You had to start all over again.
Start all over again.
Okay,
So
all right.
yes.
And just interestingly enough, just as a little bit of a sideline, I was doing some research on Bonsmara cattle, and actually discovered that a very close friend of Mr. Bonsmara was a gentleman called Mr. Coombs in the Thule block, who was actually breeding with Bonsmara cattle in Botswana in the 60s, which is absolutely fascinating. And his daughter is now based in Gaborone, and she's in her 80s, and I've had some wonderful, fascinating conversations with her about that. But it just goes to show that, you know what we've been doing in Botswana really, you know what, we've been an integral part of the development of cattle and the beef industry in the world, really.
Absolutely. It's very interesting. You must tell us more about it someday.
I will, absolutely. So going back to the actual auction itself, just tell me, it's the Alpha Bonsmara Group. Who is in the Alpha Bonsmara Group, and how did that start?
I think it started about a year and a half back. We are a few very passionate farmers that started off with Bonsmara not that long ago, as I've said. I think Janel is here for quite some more time. But we're so passionate about the breed, and we see the results of the breed in a tough country.
Yeah.
We're not in Europe with green grass most of the year, so just to mention that at the moment where the breed has basically been developed in our neighbor in South Africa, At the moment, they're running, the last stats that I could see was in 2015. They had 96,000 females on register.
Okay.
It's by far the biggest breed. And I think it in Namibia as well. So we just appreciate the fact that there must be something that they're doing right.
Yeah.
To have
Yeah.
it. Now, obviously, it gives you a very wide of a gene pool. It gives you a lot of resources that you can put in. Now, we came together and say, but the best way that we believe we can promote this wonderful breed in Botswana is to do it organized.
Okay.
And we formed the Alpha Bonsmara group, and the Alpha, we came to the name basically that is Alpha the first. Is the for us is the number one breed.
Yep.
And obviously we are the first group here of Bonsmara
Breeders. Okay.
And that's where the name came from. And one of our aims is then really that the breed will spread right over
throughout the country.
We want to paint the country red, basically, as Bonsmaras.
Okay, I'm just going to stop you there. We're just going to break now. So after the break, we're going to carry on talking about the auction itself.
Absolutely. That
Okay.
would be wonderful. Thank you.
Fantastic. Please join us shortly.
Love Connection is here to help you. Oh no, me, Ghana. Okay, me and you. Actually, all of us to find love. First, tell us what you need.
To me, looks alimentary mo ka lo like. Karate bana yana mana ba nyana ba la pisa rata di accountant. Ba le fitinyana I mean.
He should be financially stable.
Ata karate mo tong kupa madi mo na karate mo to ira nyalo one type piece of line. So
And then we'll find a match for you and set you up on that date. Janong ho hoy bereked.
And I'm gonna buy another green. Well, I just say I'm give out them to the town.
What are you waiting for? Inbox us on our Facebook page at Access TV or email on info@accesstv.co.bw.
Welcome back to Techno Feeds Live, where we are talking Bonsmara, all things Bonsmara. And it's a very chilly day on the farm here, extremely cold. Please tell us a little bit more about the auction. What's actually going to be happening on the day? The auction itself, I know, is going to be at Letlhakane. Where in Letlhakane will it be held?
At a Voorslag complex,
Okay.
where we normally do it. This is now our second
Your second
production
year?
of- yes.
Okay.
And we are very excited that we plan for next year to have 2 auctions.
Oh, wow.
So we're thinking of a early in the year auction that we will take more south, more to Gaborone side,
Yeah.
to introduce to the farmers around there. But we still going to have it this year at Voorslag at Letlhakane. We will present 16 bulls,
Okay.
registered bulls, all registered, and we will have 40 pregnant cows,
40.
40,
Wow. Okay.
and 22 pregnant heifers,
Okay.
and then around 13 open heifers, smaller
Okay.
heifers.
All right.
So we are close to about 90 animals that we will present this year on the auction.
Okay, so it's going to be quite a spectacle in itself just to go along and see the animals.
Yes, and we will have somebody will have a little talk for us before the auction.
Okay, all right.
What I also want to mention is that we will have good quality animals that will be presented on the auction.
Okay.
One of our ways of doing and our rules, auction rules, is that we as farmers go around to each other and we inspect the cattle to
Okay.
make sure that we have a good standard by ourselves. And then, except for this year is now a little bit more difficult
With the whole corona.
with the whole corona thing, but normally we will also have the society's senior inspections that will come and screen all animals as well to make
Okay.
sure that we keep good quality animals that going to the auction.
Okay, so the auction will be on the Saturday, the 10th of October,
That's
correct?
right, that's
So
right.
when will the animals will be available? Will be on view the day before, correct?
Yes, we will be there the whole of Friday. So we
Okay.
will start moving animals about the Thursday.
Okay.
By Friday will be open for the public, and then the morning of before the auction as well.
Okay, and then what time will the auction actually start
It will
on the
start
Saturday?
on 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
And it gives
Okay.
people enough time to come
Yeah.
before time and speak to the breeders, see what they want to have in mind, and get advice, and we will be all there.
Okay,
to help
all
the
right,
people.
fantastic. And will farmers, I think, especially with this whole Corona environment that we're living in at the moment, will people be able to auction online? Will that facility be available?
It will be available.
Okay.
According to the auction house, they try and put everything together.
Okay.
That we will have a proper online auction
Okay.
as well for the people who
And the
can't
auctioneers that you're using,
come. Again, we will use Stockmans.
Stockman's
from
Choice. Okay,
They will
so
be there
big
as well.
shout out. Hi, Geraldine.
Geraldine and Nico will be there. and they
Okay,
will do
fantastic.
yes,
Good.
yes, yes.
Okay, so they'll be running all the
So they
auction
will do
side
the auction and
in their
auctioneering.
capable hands.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
fantastic.
absolutely. And it's a day that everybody can come and come and enjoy themselves. Even if they don't intend to buy anything, they can come and enjoy the day. Come and to know more about the breed.
Yeah.
Meet people and come and enjoy the day with us.
Fantastic. So I think that's something that's really exciting to look forward to. I mean, it's been a difficult year, I think, for all farmers. And it's to be able to have an auction of this standard with quality of this animal, I think is really an opportunity for you as breeders to be able to shine and be able to show what it is that you're producing. Because I think, you know what, in Botswana, and I know I'm often saying this, but it's because it's so true. I mean, the quality of animal we produce in Botswana really is world class. It's phenomenal. And I just think, just sitting here now, it's freezing cold, but we really are just surrounded by these beautiful Bonsmara animals. Which hopefully we'll go to break again, which hopefully after the break we'll be able to have a look at them a little bit closer and actually go through what it is that a Bonsmara stands for, what attributes as a breeder that you're looking for in your animals.
Yes, and I can just so much agree with you. We believe that that farmers don't have to go to outside the borders to get from these animals.
Yeah,
It's our job to bring in all the genetics,
yeah,
the best genetics that we can. We bring in and make it available on high quality for the country and for the breeders over here.
okay.
That's available here.
Fantastic. And hopefully I'll be able to assist you with getting that message across to a lot of the farmers
Absolutely.
out there as well.
Absolutely.
But I know already, having spoken to some farmers, they're very excited about the auction and are coming, and said to me, I'm coming with the intention to buy. So I hope that's that's good
that's it.
news to your ears.
We as breeders are always a little bit nervous that the people are not there. Yeah.
No, I think, you know what, I think the auction last year was incredibly successful.
Oh, yes.
And you know what, I think it's, as I said, so exciting that we're going, as you said, from a yearly to twice yearly auction. So we're just going to go to break again now. So please join us shortly, and we'll be looking at Bonsmaras up close. Thank you.
Are you running a fast-growing SMME or a well-established organization? You need to expand your horizon with the desire to voice your business across Botswana. No matter the size or location, look no further. Access TV has got you covered with our competitive advertising packages. Contact marketing at accesstv.co.bw or call the numbers below.
Welcome back to the third segment of Techno Feeds Live, where we are discussing Bonsmara cattle. And welcome to Jan Becker. Welcome, Jan.
Thank you very much.
Jan is also a Bonsmara breeder. And Jan is going to talk to us about the different attributes of a Bonsmara bull and what it is that you're actually looking for in an animal. So, Jan, over to you.
Well, Felicity, everyone asks what to look at and why this bull, or what should I look at when I buy a bull. But it's basically preference. But the 2 or 3 things that you can look at when you choose a bull for your farm would be the muscle. Look at the muscle, because it needs to eat, graze, and take in a lot of grass, and so that needs to be wide. And then from there, the width needs to go right through, because that's where the meat is going to pack. So you need width on your bull, and then obviously the other main factors would be the testes and the sheath for breeding. And then from there, if it's gonna put on weight, you need something to convert the grass back to feed. So you need a rumen, and basically,
it's so for you as well. You were mentioning earlier on that, and we were laughing about it before we started the program. I mean, beauty to a certain extent is very much in the eye of the beholder.
Yes.
And I know that you guys are very passionate about the Bonsmara breeds. What about the Bonsmara breed? What, when you're actually looking at, when you're trying to distinguish what makes an animal a stud animal and what makes an animal a commercial animal?
That's very, very difficult.
I put you on the spot.
That's very difficult, because you can have an excellent bull like this one, and it can be a commercial bull.
Yeah.
But the pedigree will tell you now.
Okay.
If it's a A or basic animal, or if it's a SP, which is the top stud of an animal. But just by looking at it, you won't be able to tell.
Okay.
You won't be able to tell.
Okay.
That's why the Bonsmara also have the pedigrees available at the auctions, and you can see who was the mother and which one was the father, and you can also go down on that pedigree to see how were they performing.
Okay.
Were they fertile, and that's the most important, is were they fertile. How many calves have the mother been giving you before, and obviously the bull, if it was used in a previous herd before, it will show you if it's fertile, how many calves did it produce in that herd.
All right.
And through the
so if you were buying a bull yourself, that is what you would be looking for when you were that would the kind of research that you would do when you were looking to buy a bull yourself. And I think, you know what, the bottom line at the end of the day is it's got to be about profitability. You know what, are your animals converting grass to meat, and how much is it costing you to produce a kg of meat, and is that in turn being profitable for you? Because I think at the end of the day, it's, I think as farmers and having a passion, you're blessed that you've got the passion for what it is that you do, but still at the end of the day, it is a business that you're running, and you need to look at the business statistics.
Yeah. You see, that's where the Bonsmara comes in handy, because it can give you all the pedigree and the details of the certain bull which you are looking at, the bull that you are going to buy.
Yeah.
So for instance, a bull like this, you'd be able to see if it has produced well or if it haven't.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And then I think let's just move we're going to move over to one of the other troughs and have a look at a couple of animals over there, and maybe we can just discuss a little bit further the muscling and things like that on those animals. Yeah, and what I've noticed when we've been looking at all of these animals that are going to be on the auction on the 10th of October is that I've noticed they all have the Bonsmara bee branded on them. What does that signify, and why is that mark there?
Yeah, Felicity, that's something which we are very proud of. That's the Bonsmara bee brand. There's a lot of performance tests that need to go, a bull needs to go through, And it starts off with the mother,
Yeah.
and she needs to be able, as a heifer, to calve within 39 months, and then from there on, that heifer needed to be mated with a B branded bull, also,
Okay.
and then from there on through her life, she needs to basically give you a calf every year, otherwise she will be falling out of the test automatically through the Bonsmara system. She will be falling out. So you won't find a bull on an auction which the mother have missed or is not fertile, because even the bulls gets to be fertility tested.
Okay.
And that also for sicknesses like trich and vibrio and all those things.
Okay.
So when you buy a Bonsmara bull on an auction, you know that you're buying a bull that was judged by in its life it would have been judged twice, and as a young bull before it can get the B brand.
Okay.
And then also just the day before for the actual auction, there's also a judging that it goes through, which we call the screening. If maybe on that age, these bulls is only between 2.5 and 3 years old, but let's say one of these bulls will be sold on an auction again after 8 years, it still needs to go through a screening, and if it's a B branded Bonsmara bull, it still needs to go through that screening, and then if some malfunction developed, it would be thrown off.
Okay.
So you will
All right.
never buy a dysfunctional bull.
Bull. Okay, so that B brand basically is your quality assurance that actually what you're buying, what is exactly what you think you're buying is what you are actually buying.
Yes, that's why also we're very proud of that, and it's not easy to get that B brand on a bull.
Okay, all right. So that's a whole different. That's a whole different topic of conversation. I think that we could go through.
No, it's going to take a while.
So Jan, I would like to say to all of the farmers out there is, please be in Letlhakane on the 10th of October for the very unique, incredibly special Bonsmara auction. Come if you're a buyer or you just want to come and have a look at this magnificent breed. And these animals really are beautiful, perfect for the environment that of Botswana that we farm in. Then please be there on the 10th of October. Okay, and all of the Alpha Bonsmara Group farmers will be there, so you'll be able to meet them and talk and talk to Bonsmaras to your heart's content.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much indeed, and please join us next week. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you, Felicity.